Ever find yourself lying awake at night, your mind still racing from the day? What if you could end each evening feeling truly relaxed and ready for rest? Today we're talking about how to create a calming evening routine, one that helps you unwind and recharge. In our fast-paced world, this small daily practice can make a huge difference in your sleep and overall well-being. Imagine closing your day with intention instead of exhaustion, waking up refreshed instead of drained. Most people skip this step because they think it takes too much time, but it's simpler than you'd expect. I'll walk you through each step, from setting the right mood to winding down your mind. Let's start with the first, most important piece, your environment. A calming evening routine isn't just about checking tasks off a list, it's about creating space to unwind. This matters because how you end your day shapes how you sleep, recharge, and even how you wake up. It's a series of small, intentional choices that help your mind and body transition from busyness to rest. Think of it like gently lowering the volume on your day instead of slamming the brakes. Many people assume it has to be elaborate, but even 5 minutes of quiet can make a difference. When done right, it feels like giving yourself permission to slow down without guilt. Start by noticing what already helps you feel at ease in the evenings, and once you see how this works, you'll understand why it's so much more than just a habit. The way you spend your evenings doesn't just affect your night, it ripples into the next day. A chaotic or rushed evening often leads to restless sleep and a groggy morning, but when you wind down with care, you're setting yourself up for better focus, mood, and energy. It's like hitting a reset button for your nervous system after hours of stimulation. Some people dismiss this as self-indulgent, but science shows it directly impacts stress levels. Even small routines signal to your brain that it's safe to relax, making sleep deeper and mornings smoother. Pay attention to how you feel after a calm evening versus a hectic one. The difference is real. That's why this isn't just about nights, it's about building a better tomorrow. Without a calming routine, evenings can feel like an extension of the day's chaos. You might find yourself scrolling mindlessly, rushing through tasks, or lying awake with a busy mind. The line between on and off blurs, leaving you exhausted but unable to truly rest. Many people don't even realize how much this affects them until they experience the alternative. It's easy to blame stress on work or life, but how you unwind plays a huge role. Nights like this leave you waking up already drained, starting the cycle all over again. If this sounds familiar, no, it's not just you. It's what happens when we don't prioritize the transition. The good news? Even small changes can break this pattern. If you're enjoying this video so far, take a quick second to hit the like button. It helps more people find these tips. Let me know in the comments what part of your evening routine you'd like to improve. I read every single one and love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's the best way to never miss a new video. We've got more calming routines and mindful living tips coming your way. Stick around, because next, we're diving into how to make your wind down time even more relaxing. And if you ever need extra ideas, www.happylifetribe.com is full of supportive resources. Alright, let's get back to building your perfect evening routine. The biggest obstacle to a calming evening isn't lack of time, it's the habits we default to. Many of us spend our last waking hours glued to screens, which tricks the brain into staying alert. Others try to squeeze in just one more task, keeping the mind in work mode. Even harmless-seeming habits like late caffeine or chaotic environments add up. We often tell ourselves we'll relax after finishing something, but that moment rarely comes. The irony is that these habits feel productive but actually steal our chance to recharge. Notice what you're doing in those last hours. Are they helping or hurting your rest? Once you spot these patterns, you can start replacing them with something better. The biggest change starts with seeing your evening routine as a gift, not a chore. It's not about adding more to your day, it's about reclaiming time for yourself. Many people feel guilty for slowing down, as if rest is something they haven't earned. But relaxation isn't a reward for exhaustion. It's what lets you show up as your best self. Think of it like putting on your own oxygen mask first. You can't pour from an empty cup. When you reframe it this way, the routine stops feeling selfish and starts feeling essential. Try asking yourself what would make tonight feel nourishing instead of draining. That simple question can open the door to real change. You don't need a perfect routine, just one small step toward calm. Start by picking a single activity that helps you feel grounded, even for 5 minutes. It could be as simple as dimming the lights, writing down thoughts, or sitting quietly. The key is consistency, not complexity, doing it most nights, not flawlessly. Many people get stuck trying to design the ideal routine instead of just starting. But even one mindful habit creates momentum and makes the rest easier to add later. Tonight, try putting your phone away 15 minutes earlier and see how it feels. That's where the journey begins, not with a big overhaul, but with one gentle change. A calming evening routine doesn't have to be complicated. It's about small, intentional moments. The key is consistency, not perfection, so even on busy days, you can still make it work. Picture this: dimming the lights an hour before bed, putting your phone away, and doing something simple like reading or journaling. It's not about adding more tasks, but shifting the energy of your evenings. Some people think they need hours of free time, but even 15 minutes can make a difference. Over time, these small habits signal to your brain that it's time to unwind. Tonight, try just one thing, like swapping screen time for a quiet activity. When you see how this feels, you'll start noticing the shift in your evenings. One of the easiest ways to build this routine is with a wind down alarm. This isn't just any alarm, it's a reminder to transition out of work mode. Set it for the same time each evening, and when it goes off, pause whatever you're doing. Take a few deep breaths, stretch, or make a cup of herbal tea, anything that helps you slow down. The mistake people make is ignoring the alarm and pushing through, but that defeats the purpose. When you honor this small pause, your body starts associating it with relaxation. Try setting your wind down alarm just 30 minutes earlier than usual tonight. This tiny change can create space for calm without feeling like a chore. If you're serious about making your evenings more peaceful, you don't have to figure it all out alone. Over at www.happylifetribe.com, you'll find guides, tools, and simple steps to help you stay on track. It's all about real, practical support, no fluff or overwhelming advice. Whether you need a little motivation or just fresh ideas, the resources there make it easier. Think of it as your go-to spot for calm living inspiration that actually fits into daily life. Plus, there's always something new to explore, from mindfulness to slow living habits. You can start small and build from there. No pressure, just progress. Now, let's keep going with the next step in your evening routine. The biggest mistake? Treating this like a strict checklist instead of a gentle ritual. If you're forcing yourself to meditate for 20 minutes when you're exhausted, it will not feel calming. The goal isn't to do everything right, it's to find what truly helps you unwind. Maybe some nights that's just sitting quietly with a book, and other nights it's listening to soft music. People often give up because they expect instant perfection, but routines evolve over time. The real win is showing up for yourself, even if it looks different each night. Tonight, ask yourself what would actually feel soothing right now. Trust that answer, and you'll avoid the burnout of overcomplicating it. The secret to making this stick? Start smaller than you think. If your ideal routine feels like too much, scale it back to just one or two things. For example, if lighting a candle and doing yoga sounds nice but unrealistic, just light the candle. Progress happens when the routine feels doable, not like another obligation. People often quit because they take on too much at once, but slow consistency wins. Even on chaotic days, a 2-minute breathing exercise counts. Tonight, pick the simplest version of your routine and let that be enough. When you remove the pressure, you'll naturally want to keep going. Over time, you'll notice subtle but powerful shifts in how you feel. Your evenings might start feeling less rushed and more like a gift to yourself. That mental chatter from the day begins to quiet down, making space for peace. You might sleep better, wake up clearer, or just feel more present at night. Some people don't realize how much tension they carry until it starts melting away. These small wins build up, creating a ripple effect into the rest of your life. Pay attention to those moments. They're proof it's working. And when you see the difference, you'll want to protect this time even more. Life will get hectic. That's normal, but your routine can adapt with you. On packed days, shorten your wind down to just 5 minutes of quiet. The point isn't to skip it entirely, but to keep the habit alive, even in a smaller way. Maybe you can't journal, but you can sit and sip tea without distractions. People often drop routines completely when busy, but that's when they're needed most. Think of it like tending a small flame. You don't need a bonfire, just enough to keep it going. Tonight, decide on your minimum viable routine for chaotic days. When you have that backup plan, you'll always have a way back to calm. When you stick with a calming evening routine over weeks and months, something subtle but powerful starts happening. This isn't about dramatic overnight changes, it's about small shifts that add up. Your evenings begin to feel like a gentle transition rather than a sudden crash into bedtime. You might notice you fall asleep easier, or that your mind feels less cluttered when you wake up. Some days will still feel rushed, but even then, the routine acts like an anchor. Over time, your body learns to associate these evening habits with relaxation, making the whole process feel more automatic. Try noticing one small way your routine has helped after a few weeks, maybe less bedtime procrastination or feeling more present. These gradual changes lead us right into the reality that progress isn't always smooth. One of the best parts of building a calming routine is knowing others are on the same journey. At www.happylifetribe.com, you'll meet people who get it, people who want more peace and balance too. It's a warm, encouraging space where you can share wins, ask questions, or just feel inspired. Sometimes, all it takes is seeing someone else's progress to keep you motivated. Whether you're just starting or refining your routine, you're welcome there exactly as you are. Together, we're creating lives with more intention and less stress, one evening at a time. So if you've ever felt alone in this, know that there's a whole community cheering you on. Now, let's get back to your wind down routine. You've got this. Even with the best intentions, there will be nights when your routine falls apart. This doesn't mean you failed, it just means you're human. Maybe an unexpected work deadline pops up, or you get home much later than planned. On those nights, the whole routine might feel impossible to fit in. The trap is thinking you have to do it perfectly or not at all. What helps is remembering that even a 2-minute version of your routine still counts. Keep 1 or 2 ultra-simple steps you can fall back on during chaotic evenings. When these slip-ups happen, here's how to gently find your way back. If you miss a few nights or drop the routine completely, start with kindness, not criticism. Beating yourself up only makes it harder to begin again. First, just notice what threw you off. Was it schedule changes, stress, or something else? Then pick one small piece of the routine to restart with, like just the deep breathing or tidying one space. It's okay if the first night back feels clunky or rushed. What matters is showing up for yourself, not how polished it looks. Treat each fresh start as practice, not a test you can fail. And speaking of fresh starts, let's talk about who benefits most from this practice. While anyone can benefit from a calming evening routine, some people feel the effects more deeply. If your mind races at night or you struggle to unwind after busy days, this can be transformative. It's especially helpful for people who feel like they're always on or who neglect their own need to rest. Parents juggling bedtime routines, students with late-night study sessions, or workers with stressful jobs often find real relief here. But you don't need to be overwhelmed to benefit. Even calm people can deepen their peace. The common thread is wanting to close your day with more intention than exhaustion. If that sounds like you, here's how to take the first step today. Let's wrap up with a simple plan to begin. You don't need to design the perfect routine before starting. Just begin with what feels doable. First, pick one calming activity you can do tonight, like reading or stretching. Set a phone reminder 30 minutes before your usual bedtime as a cue to start. Keep it short at first. Even 5 minutes counts as progress. For the first week, focus on consistency rather than length or complexity. Notice how you feel afterward without judging. Just observe. After a few nights, you can slowly add or adjust elements as you learn what works. And with that, we've arrived at the most important thing to remember. Creating a calming evening routine is ultimately about treating yourself with care. It's not another item on your to-do list, it's a gift you give your future self each night. The benefits ripple outward, improving sleep, mood, and even how you greet the next morning. Some nights will feel effortless, others will take more intention, and both are okay. What matters is that you're building something sustainable, not perfect. Over time, these quiet evening moments become a sanctuary from life's noise. You deserve that space to unwind and transition peacefully into rest. However you start, however small the step, your evenings can become softer places to land. And that's how you can create a calming evening routine that truly helps you unwind. Remember, small steps add up, and you don't have to do everything perfectly. Just pick one or two things from this video to try tonight. If you found this helpful, give the video a like. It really supports the channel. Subscribe for more practical ideas on living with more calm and intention. For extra encouragement and support, join us at www.happylifetribe.com. It's a friendly space for mindful living, gentle inspiration, and real-life progress. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.